I built this crazy anti-evolution deck that really denies your opponent the ability to evolve with Bronzong's Evolution Jammer, combined with the new Archeops' Ancient Wing to de-evolve a Pokemon, and having Dragapult in the deck to clean up later on in the game makes this deck really aggressive and strong against evolution decks. I'm excited to show off what this deck is all about in today's Pokemon TCG Live video. Let's check out my list. Absolutely no evolving allowed here, folks. Welcome back to a very new Pokemon TCG Live video, and today I'm showing off my new Bronzong Archeops Dragapult deck, which is all about denying your opponent the ability to evolve. So Bronzong is like the main card of the deck, I guess. It's got the attack Evolution Jammer. For 1 psychic energy, you do 30 damage, and you prevent your opponent from being able to evolve any Pokemon from their hand. This is really good because you stop your opponent from being able to put down stuff like Drakloaks, Curlias, stuff like that. They can use TM Evo against you, and like I guess there is other cheats around that, but we do have a Pokemon in the deck to help against that, and that is the brand new Archeops. It's got the attack Ancient Wing. Once during turn, this Pokemon's in the active spot, you get to de-evolve one of your opponent's evolved Pokemon by putting the highest stage evolution back in their hand. It's basically just like a weaker Devo because it only works on one Pokemon, but Archeops does work without needing to attack. So it's like Devo, you have to attack to use it. Archeops, you don't have to attack. It's just an ability. I think this card is going to be good potentially at some point in the format. I've tried to do a video on this card. Like, I tried to make it work with Frostlass, but it just, at that point, literally was just a worse TM Devo. So maybe when Devo rotates, this card is going to be a little bit cooler, and we'll look more into playing this card later on as the game progresses, because I just don't think it's great right now. I've tried to make it work. This is like probably the best way I could build an Archeops deck, and that was probably paired with Dragapult. Yes, Bronzong is really strong, but there's going to be matchups where like you're not going to be able to Bronzong forever. That's where Dragapult comes in handy with Phantom Dive. I mean, ideally, if your opponent can't evolve, you can just eventually set up damage, and then you can just Phantom Dive, take out all their little guys. We have a Munkidori in the deck. If your opponent does try to attack Bronzong with those little Pokemon like the Dreepies, the Charmanders, the Ralston stuff, you can just use Munkidori to heal this thing, which is kind of diabolical. You're not going to have Bronzong forever. Like, you could win the game and your opponent scoops. At some point, though, you're probably going to have to go into Dragapult and use Phantom Dive. Also, then Drakloak gives you a bit of a backup draw engine in the deck. Ironically, Archeops does get to attack. The one matchup that's going to be a little sketchy for this would probably be like a Joltik box deck, which like doesn't evolve at all. So Archeops can actually use Rock Throw to attack the Iron Hands. It might be worth trying out Brave Bangle or Defiance Band this deck so that Archeops can do more damage. The nice thing with Brave Bangle too is you can Brave Bangle Bronzong and then do 60 damage to EX Pokemon. So if your opponent has a big basic Pokemon in play, but they're struggling to use it because like you're denying them evolutions to set up, you can buy some time with Bronzong. You can use Brave Bangle to put even more pressure on them. It might be worth trying that out in this deck. Just wanted to highlight that. But this deck's kind of cool, and Bronzong is a pretty evil Pokemon. I mean, we're just really trying to make it so the opponent just doesn't get to play the game and evolve any of their Pokemon with this deck. Now, before I get in the video, big shout out to the sponsor, Card Cavern TCG. If you're looking to get any Pokemon TCG Live codes, get them over there. If you're looking to get any Black Bolt White Flare codes or any other older set codes or IRL singles product, Card Cavern's got all of that on their website, not just the codes. They got the product there. If you get anything over there at the checkout, use my discount code CODELY to get yourself a 5% discount on your order. Help the channel, help yourself at Empire Card Cavern. Shout them out. Link down below. Also, check out my second sponsor, TC Evolutions, down below if you want to get any of the awesome product on their website. Their dice, their damage counters, ability markers, great stuff to have when playing IRL Pokemon TCG, especially with Pittsburgh coming up in a few weeks. If you want to use their product for that tournament, you might want to get them now. If you get anything over there, use code LDF to get yourself a 10% discount at the checkout. Shout out my two sponsors. Use code LDF if you want to help support the channel. And I got a second channel down below with even more content on there. In fact, later this week, there should be some IRL deck profile videos on new Mega Evolution decks. So you definitely want to check out the second channel if you haven't already. And why not sub here to the main channel? If you're not subscribed yet to the main channel, what are you doing, man? Subscribe, please. It'd be really appreciated. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the deck list one more time. Again, we got the 3-2 Bronzong. I think a 3-3 line is probably just better overall. But I'm playing a 3-2, probably 3-3. Honestly, it's a little tight on space. Some niche cards I'm playing. I got League Headquarters in the deck. I mean, if your opponent is trying to attack with basics, League Headquarters is really good to slow them down. I actually think maybe 2 League Headquarters is good. I think at the end of the day, the thing that really like clunks up the deck is the Archeops, obviously. I am playing 3 Switch. Your opponent does use TM Evo against you. You do need to put those Pokemon back in the hand, right? So you can sometimes just go switch into Archeops, use his ability, de-evolve the Pokemon, and then go back into Bronzong with Air Balloon, Archeops pivot, go back into Bronzong, and then just de-evolve, like jamming them again. That's the idea behind playing the switches. 3 is a little overkill. Also, when we do Bear, though, so it's like not bad. Also, this deck is a little weak to like Sob, technically, right? Like Wellspring is popular. So, I don't know. 3 switches overkill. Probably go down to 1 or 2 switch, maybe even 1 to be honest with you, if you really wanted to. The other downside of the Archeops, by the way, why it's also kind of hard to use right now, why I'm struggling to get a video out on this card, is also because it doesn't evolve from a basic. You have to evolve from a Plume fossil, which you can't use Poffin or anything with. You have to find this card manually. Having Arven and Drakloak does make it easier to dig for this card to get it down when you need it. But yeah, I'm hoping to use Archeops a couple times this video. It's going to be tough. It's not always going to be used. But we're going to hopefully get some action with it. Because technically, like, it allows you to de-evolve a Pokemon with Evolution Jammer without having to use Devo. So you can still Jammer and de-evolve something in the same turn. That's the idea there. I don't know how often we'll get to use it, but hopefully we do get to use it. At the end of the day, this is more of a Bronzong Dragapult deck. But if you end up using Dragapult, you can obviously set up damage with Phantom Dive to then use Archeops to de-evolve them, which is another cool play you get to do with this deck. It's a really interesting concept. I'm excited to try it out and see what we can do with it. I see a Dunsparce. All right, we'll find out what this is. Our turn 1 is fine. I'm just going to get Bronzor down so we can try to get turn 2 Bronzong off, I think. See how this goes. We have the Bronzong in hand. I have an Iono here I can play. We can hopefully get the Archeops set up too, just in case. I don't know what I'm up against. I see a Dunsparce, but I see a Dunsparce. It could be an evolution-based deck, which is ideal. Could be an evolution deck. Could be something else, obviously. We'll see. There's Poffin getting played. What could this be? Is it like Goldengo or something? Fan Rotom and Timber. Okay, so they are playing a evolution deck. Now, Fan Rotom could be a nuisance. It can attack me. In fact, ooh, they could take a turn 1 knockout on my Bronzor here. Bro, don't do it. Okay, that'd be really bad if they had it like that. Please, don't kill my Bronzor. Okay, good. They're not knocking it down. If they had a KO on my Bronzor, I'd have been pretty annoyed. What does Timber do? No. Okay, well, I'd definitely play Fight Energy. Probably doesn't matter. I think they have, like, Enriching Energy and stuff. Okay, well, we'll figure this out. This isn't a bad matchup. I need to make sure I don't whiff Psychic Energy, though. Let's see what our draw is going to be. The Plume Fossil. There we go. All right, well, Iono and PRE. Let's hope we find an energy for Evolution Jammer. All right, good. We got Drakloak 2, which is nice. Get rid of these 2 for Drakloak. I do want to keep the Arven and the Iono. I guess I could have got rid of maybe... But I don't want to get rid of the Iono. I think it's fine. Just get Drakloak. I had a sack of Dreepy, which isn't great. But it's fine. We'll just Evolution Jammer. And now our deck is doing its thing. Now, my opponent could still go in with Fan Rotom, but now they just can't do anything. They can't put the Dunsparce in play. They can't put Girder or Conkeldurr in play or anything like that, right? We have the Luminous Energy Munkidori here to heal Bronzong a little bit. We need to get another Bronzor down next. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to Arven for a Bronzor combo. Seems decent. All right. Can they attack with Fan Rotom is the question. Because they can't evolve. The question is, can they attack with Fan Rotom? That's my next thought here. Is can they go with the Rotom? They're going to boss. It's fine. They're going to bring in the Plume Fossil, which can retrieve, which is actually kind of annoying, right? So I have to discard it from play. No, I need it. They had to waste a boss to do that, though. It's like not the end of the world. Kind of sucks, but we'll live. If we had Rare Candy Archeops, it would be good. Maybe just Iono then. Yeah, we'll probably just Iono. I could high roll. Yeah, well, Iono and then go for the potential Rare Candy Archeops here. No, we got Switch, which is good. Well, okay, we do Rare Candy. Maybe we can get Archeops. We do get Archeops. Look at that. Get rid of some cards here, though, that are pretty important. Got to be Luminous CC. It's pretty important to get Archeops out. There's nothing to de-evolve, but we can wait. We can chill. Hit him with the Evolution Jammer. Not bad. There's not really much we can do with Archeops right now, but it's on board. We have the Neo Upper in hand. So, we can attack with it or Dragapult, pardon me. But does my opponent have a better play here? Let's see. They have 7 cards. I did Iono them, so they could potentially go into Fan Rotom, which is a little scary. I didn't mention the Bronzor because they could trap it technically, right? There's no point in mentioning it. They can just, like, boss it again and install it for a turn, so I'm just going to save it. So my opponent could have a attack here with the Fan Rotom. The Fan Rotom does 2-shot me, which is kind of annoying. Even with the Munkidori. Well, no, Munkidori would prevent it from 2-shotting me. We can Adrenabrain. Yeah, I guess it's fine. What are they going to go with this Hilda? What are they going to get? They could power up Dunsparce and attack. But again, you try to attack, I just Adrenabrain the damage back off. So let's see what this Hilda gets some. Dunsparce and Jet. Too bad they cannot play that. They could use TM Evo. Right, if they have TM Evo, they could use that to get out Conkeldurr or something, which is something we do have to watch out for. No, they're just going to find a friend again. All right. It's fine with me. They're not really doing much, which is good. Another Timber. All right. This is what build up our board a little bit more. I think that's the plan. There's Air Balloon. That's a good draw. Let's Drakloak. And we'll bench that. And we'll just Evolution Jammer again. We do take a prize. They do get Counter Catcher now, but we're taking a knockout still, which is good. And we'll go prize number 3, which is going to be a Professor's Research, which is not bad. All right. If I knew I was going to get that, I would have taken the Luminous Energy off the Drakloak. We can always Iono next turn. I mean, they do have a giant hand, but it is full of Pokemon that they just can't use and do anything with. So it's like, I don't know. Do I really want to Iono? All right, what do they got here? Because this is like kind of the deck. You just sit there and Bronzong your opponent, and they can't evolve. It's like pretty sad, but pretty good. We have the Drakloak, the Monkey Established. We have Archeops. There's another Hilda getting played. They need to find a stadium. Because I don't know how many fan Rotoms they play. Oh my god, they have Luxray. Wait, what? That's not good. Bro, they have Luxray. They can put Luxray into play. Oh my god, they can put Luxray into play for free with its ability and bypass Evolution Jammer. Okay, that's that ain't good, bro. What the heck? Pardon me. That's really not good. Well, they didn't. Okay, they didn't get reversal off Hilda, which is good. I don't like my odds here, though. Honestly, if they do that, I think we just have to go in with Dragapult. Damn, that's really bad they have that. We can go in with Dragapult and just play like an Archeops Dragapult deck at that point. Wasn't expecting a Luxray. Well, they're not playing it down, so that's good. They have Bear, that's fine. Like, how much energy do they realistically play is the next question. Like, how many energies do they have in their deck? Can they build up Bloodmoon Ursaluna? They did have reversal. I'm pretty sure... Wait. Am I trolling? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could have played Luxray there. Did the game not let them or something? They should have been able to Luxray. That's interesting. Let's see what I have. Let's fail that, I guess. I'm not Iono. I'm pretty sure they could have played the Luxray down, right? Like, Bronzong doesn't... Yeah, they could have played Luxray there. I don't know if they realized that or not. I mean, if they didn't, that's pretty good for me. Okay, let's recon. And then back to the old boring Evolution Jammer spam. Broken deck. Yeah, I don't know if they realized. They could have went Luxray there. I'm pretty sure you can play Luxray down. It's, I don't know. Did it not let them play the Luxray? Because they did have the reversal. They could have went Luxray, knocked out my Bronzong. Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't know if they realized that or not. Do they have Counter Gain in the deck? Booster Capsule? They could Brute Bonnet my Bronzong. But the problem with that is like, with Munkidori in play, the Brute Bonnet, yeah, I mean, it's going to take forever to kill. They have to, like, slowly build up Bear here, which is, like, I think their best play they have, which is kind of annoying. But they need to put, like, all their energy on the Bloodmoon. Okay, hold up. Do I have my Night Stretcher? I might just get Dreepy back here. Yeah, might get the Dreepy back into play, just so I have double Drakloak to work with. That seems pretty good. Yeah. Get Dreepy back out. I want to find another Bronzong here if I can. I'll just wait to attach, and I'll just attack again. We do take a prize, which does make the Bloodmoon a lot stronger. But because they had Genergy, they couldn't really go into the Bloodmoon, which is pretty funny, so... Now, obviously, Reversal Energy doesn't do anything. Ironically enough, we can put 3 damage on Bloodmoon, and Archeops can actually hit it for 200. So if we can double Adrenaline the Bloodmoon, or we can Phantom Dive it, we can actually finish it off with Rock Throw, which is actually pretty cool. So even Archeops can attack the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. If we had a Brave Bangle in the deck, we actually would have been able to kill the Bloodmoon Ursaluna, which would have been even cooler. Archeops one-shotting Bloodmoon would have been pretty funny. We would have been able to do that if we had the Brave Bangle. Binding Mochi. That's annoying. They could go Binding Mochi, Fan Rotom, Brute Bonnet to do a knockout, which is pretty scary. Honestly, I think we take a few prizes. I think we'll just get to the point where we should just attack with Dragapult. Yeah, I think at that point we're just gonna go in with Dragapult. Let's see. They Artisan here for Brute Bonnet. They have the Jet in hand. Yeah, Fan Rotom knocks out Bronzong here. But we can just go in with Dragapult. I think that's okay. I mean, this thing's taking knock. Well, actually, if we Bronzong this thing again, we can knock it out with Bronzong, right? We go down to 3, then this guy could attack. It's kind of, we'll see. So they're going to take 20 damage with Poison. We're doing 30, 50. No, it's not enough to kill them. Probably going to have to go with Dragapult here. That's fine. Hopefully we can find the Dragapult, but let's see what our draw is going to be. Neo Upper. Pretty good. All right. Let's do this first. I could Itchy Pollen. Research Poffin. We could Itchy Pollen. It's not going to knock them out. We could go Itchy Pollen and then into Bronzong the next turn, knock out Fan Rotom. And they still, they could get a Girder down, I guess. And they can finally get to Duns. Okay, let's just Iono and see what we hit first. Yeah, no Dragapult. We didn't get Bronzong either. All right, well, just Itchy Pollen. It's fine. They're still going to knock me out, but they can't play items. So, most of their deck is, unplayable here. This is fine, Itchy Pollen. As long as they don't have a boss knockout on Drakloak, I am happy. Nah, they could get there. The nice thing is, even if they do get a Girder down, we can just hit it with Archeops, de-evolve it. We could still knock out the Fan Rotom with the Bronzong next turn, which is still fine. So I guess even if they have the boss, which thankfully they don't, they have a Hilda, we could still just Bronzong. But we do have to get to the point where we have to deal with that Bloodmoon Ursaluna. The Bloodmoon is actually kind of a problem. But if we can get damage on it, again, we can somehow one-shot with Archeops. It'd be pretty funny. So there's Girder. They evolve that. We can just de-evolve it, which is pretty funny. Kind of sick. All right. They could... They can't counter Catcher. They maybe should have went to Duns before the Fan Rotom. Because it would have been very annoying here if they went for the Assault Landing. Well, yeah, they could have bossed my Drakloak. So actually, maybe they should have done Duns first. Maybe they don't have 2 boss. Maybe they just play 1 boss in the deck. Maybe it's prized. They could get 2 Girders out. I don't really care about Conkeldurr anymore. Do I? Maybe I do. I don't know. What are they going to Artisan out? Duns, probably. If they get Dunsparce, we can Phantom Dive for 2 prizes, which is pretty good. And then we just have to KO Bloodmoon for game. So, yeah. Can Bloodmoon ever one-shot a Dragapult? Binding Mochi's 280, Poison's 290, Perilous Jungle's 310. No, they can't. Okay. They can't one-shot Dragapult. So we're chilling. Yeah, they didn't get Duns. They can't, because I'm just going to Phantom Dive for 3 prizes. Or 2 prizes. I could put... I can't really. I was going to say, we put 6 here and then de-evolve it. I have to de-evolve no matter what. I mean, the Archeops kind of cool. We just, reset their Girder for no reason. I think we're just going to put damage on Bear, methinks. We could boss here or something like that. We'll see what we draw. League Headquarters. It's not bad. Let's start with Drakloak first. Don't want to shuffle the deck. Let's see what this gives me. Rod. Not what I was looking for. Can't remember if I have an Ultra Ball in the deck. Just gonna research. We should find the Dragapult. Yeah, okay, we did have an Ultra Ball. I was making sure because I couldn't remember if I had an Ultra Ball in the deck or not. All right, Ancient Wing. We may as well de-evolve their Girder. Why not? Just force them to have a candy. Could Ultra Ball for... We can find Super Rod again. I'm just going to Phantom Dive. All right, so with the Archeops, we can just put all 6 here. And then this way we can knock out the Bloodmoon with Archeops, which is pretty cool. All right, what's our prize? Dreepy. All right, welcome to the party, buddy. All right, does my opponent have any play this turn? Can they get a Conkeldurr out? They could attack with Bear, but if they hit with Bear, then I just knock them out. In fact, I win the game if they go Bear. Unless they can get... If their board state is double Conkeldurr Bear, maybe not, but I do KO the Bear. Well, we have League Headquarters in play, actually. Which I think, yeah, we have League Headquarters. They might have another stadium. I'm assuming they're playing like... They'll probably do it. Well, we'll see. They're down 2. We'll see their stadium. What's in their hand? They have 9 cards here. They have Enriched Energy that draws them 4 cards. Yeah, pretty good chance they find the stadium. Pretty good chance to get stadium. Let's see. 12 cards. Is there a stadium? If they have it, it's pretty good, because then they can swim with Bear. But if they go Bear, I knock them out. Okay, they have Rare Candy Conkeldurr. We can just de-evolve that with Ancient Wing. If they can't attack this turn, they're cooked. I just Phantom Dive for the knockout, and then we can just, like, chill. It's pretty bad if they don't knock me out. Conkeldurr can one-shot Dragapult, right? Yeah, Conkeldurr with Jungle Binding Mochi one-shots me, I'm pretty sure. Or Grab Mountain, whatever. Countercatcher. The Bronzor. That's fine. Tool Scrapper. That's annoying. I didn't know they played that. All right, well, there goes my Air Balloon pivot. What else do they got? Nice pass. All right. The League Headquarters worked. All right, what's our draw? Poffin. We'll do this. Grab that. Let's manually retreat. It's fine. This game is probably just over. Like, yeah, it's not looking too good for my opponent. Just Phantom Dive. I don't know if it matters if I put this damage. Monkey does 120. We could go 4-2. I mean, I kind of wanted to say that Ultra Ball because I could get Super Rod and then Rod Ultra Ball, but still have a decent amount of cards left. Not guaranteed I get it. There's Bronzong. We could just go... Well, we don't have a Psychic anymore. I was going to say, we could just go Bronzong. We could de-evolve this, and then trap it with Bronzong. But they have Gen Energies and stuff, so it's probably not going to work. Alright, what do they got? 9 cards in hand. Can they KO me? They need Binding Mochi and a damage mod. No, they just scoop. Okay. That works for me. They just never evolved that game. They had a Luxray. I'm pretty sure they could have played down that Luxray. I think Luxray's ability bypasses Bronzong's attack. Either the game glitched and they didn't let them... Because it would have, like, glowed, right? In their hand, it would have, like, glowed. They would have allowed them to play it. All right, we hit a Terra Box deck. Ooh, this could be Flareon, I guess. We'll see. Bronzong's actually not terrible. If we can Bronzong them next turn, we can prevent them from being able to evolve in a Noctowl, which could be pretty funny. We'll just push Bronzor and pass. I could go Dragapult in this matchup, too. I don't know what I'm playing against, so that's the thing. Archeops is kind of bad. I actually don't know if we want to Archeops, because, like... De-evolving Hoothoot doesn't make any sense. Let's give him Noctowl. It's probably better to, if they're playing Eevee box, to wait. See, I don't know if we're going to actually use Archeops in this matchup. It could be okay to attack, maybe, if we can hit for weakness. Okay, this might be Eevee box. That's a Cyrano. Let's see if they can do turn 1 anything. Okay, it is Eevee box. So we can deny them the ability to put down Noctowl and stuff. But they have Torrential Pump, which is not good. Well, we don't have the Bronzong forever. We're not going to be able to. It's, like, pretty unlikely. So I think we're going to have to just try to get to Dragapult or something. So it looks like we will use Archeops then if they're playing all these lads. Do have to Iono. Kind of suck. That was a good top deck, actually. Wow. Let's play the Iono. Hopefully we don't whiff Bronzong here. With Bronzong, we're probably just going to get pumped. Thank heavens. That's a pretty good draw, actually. We got Dreepy, Drakloak, and Bronzong. Pretty good. This isn't going to last forever. I mean, it's not going to take too long for them to knock me out with Torrential Pumps. I have to, like, get to where I'm trying to go. Give me that, I guess. And I'll just Evolution Jammer. We just got to hope my opponent doesn't pull off a pump. I did Iono. That's why I didn't really want to play the Iono, because, like, I'm giving them 6 cards to work with. We'll see if they can pull this off. The League Headquarters was clutch. That was a really good draw. Like, well, it does absolutely nothing. Never mind. Cringe. Hopefully they don't have Crispin Crystal. They can't use Noctowl, don't forget. So it's unlikely they can pull this off. But if they can go attach Crispin, then they're going to get it next turn. So this is, like, kind of spooky. We'll see if they can do it. So unfortunately they have the stadium. I was actually hoping that League Headquarters was going to spy us a turn. I think we need to get second Drakloak out next turn. I could get another Bronzor down. That's why I took the Bronzong. Okay, they don't have anything, pardon me, which is good. All right, Recon Directive. Give me that. Play this. For... What do I want here? We got the Ultra Ball. Do I have Dragapult? Yeah. Grab these two. I'll take Plume Fossil. I still want to get Plume Fossil into play, if I can. Archeops still worth setting up, because it's an Eevee deck, so it's actually not bad. Or do I want Dreepy? We'll honestly keep the option open for another Bronzong. Yeah, it doesn't seem bad. Because, I mean, if they do Torrential Pump and they don't kill Bronzor, they have to put all the energy back in the deck, which is, like, not bad. Let's grab Bronzor here. We'll hit him with the Evolution Jammer. Yeah, there's no way we're going to kill this Wellspring with Bronzong. It'd be cool if we could. I mean, they also could just draw... Like, if they just get Crispin Energy, they're just going to pull off Pump. The question is, what are they going to KO? Honestly, yeah, I think it was fine to take the Nest Ball there. I was, like, debating if I should take Archeops, because I do have Fez. They do take a knockout. We do get Flip the Script, which does potentially give us Rare Candy Archeops. We don't need to use Archeops anyways right now. It's just I'm going to preemptively get the Balloon Pivot on it. So let's just jam him again and make it so they can't do anything. Yeah, there's passing. Hopefully we can draw something good. Another Archeop. Or there's Archen, sorry. Said another Archeops, I wish. Rod actually might have been the better card take there. No, it's definitely Iono. I'm not going to play it, though. Not going to play the Iono. They're just passing. There's no point. And I guess we'll evolve that. Let's jam. They could have a boss. If I'll pay. I mean, if we have to, we'll Iono. If they trap that. I don't want to Air Balloon Bronzong, to be honest. That's why I don't want to put that there. All right. This is putting in a lot of work. This Jammer is actually doing decent work. I mean, yeah, they're just passing. Oh, this is jokes. Okay, we can get Archeops. Probably say that for Dragapult, though, if they do pull off the pump. And we're definitely going to keep the Iono, too. Nice. Also touch that and just hit him again for 30. We might actually kill this Wellspring Ogre Pond. If we jammer knock this thing out, that'd be hilarious. They probably have an energy. They're purposely not doing stop. Though I can't put Monkey down anyways. Ironically, they were sobbing me and I had Monkey. This thing would have died a long time ago. We need 3 more turns where they don't pull off a Torrential Pump, and we actually can knock this Wellspring out. I don't think that's going to happen. They're bound to draw a Crispin eventually. I'm surprised they haven't just been attaching to Torrential Pump me. Surely their hand is not that unplayable. They have no energy, right? This is ridiculous. And the question, too, is when they do pump, what are they knocking out? Do you KO both Bronzongs? Do you KO Drakloak Bronzong? They could have boss, right? That's everything, too. They could be waiting to go boss. But they also need... Well, they can't boss Crispin. So that doesn't work. And they're on a timer here because this Wellspring's taking bear damage. They could bench Latias and go into Mew or something. Terapagos. Okay, they can attack me with that. And there is that. But they need to move the Wellspring. So unless their hand is Area 0 Latias, it's not happening. This thing has, what, 90 HP left? If I can hit it one more time, we can Phantom Dive it for a KO, which I definitely wouldn't mind doing. Let's see. Do they have it? They could have a Switch in hand. This deck does play 1 Switch usually. Let's see it. The big basics are scary. Okay, thankfully they don't have it. Oh, I forgot Drakloak. What am I doing? I forgot to Recon Directive. Oops. I clicked Evolution Jammer by accident. I did that too fast. All right, honestly, it's fine. Yeah, they're just passing. Oh my gosh. There's no way they have no attack here. Can we take our misplay back? can't believe I did that. That was kind of silly. I guess we'll start putting dead cards in our hand now for Ultra Ball. Nice. Do we ever power up Archen? Probably not. I gotta put that there, and then we just jam her again. If my opponent doesn't retreat this turn, this Wellspring is gonna get killed. We actually might take a knockout with Bronzong on this Wellspring, which is insanity. Surely they're gonna draw into an energy or Crispin, right? Their hand actually might be that trash because of Noctowl being negated. That's pretty funny. Good thing we didn't get punished for not clicking Recon. I meant to Recon last turn. I clicked Evolution Jammer by accident. I did it too fast because I was surprised they didn't have the attack. But speaking of which, do they have it now? Let's see, let's see. Yep, they do have it. But do they have Torrential Pump is the question. Even if they have it, I'm just going to counter catcher Neo Upper, Dragapult. Honestly, do I? No, I don't think I kill Hoot Hoot. I might not even take up. I might just Phantom Dive and not take prizes. Okay, they're building up Eevee. Okay, that's fine. One thing to note, they obviously do have Clefairy as a way to KO. That's why I don't know if I want to take a prize. Do they have a switch? No. Wow, we're actually going to KO their Wellspring Ogerpon with Bronzong. That's insane. Did not expect to get there. Okay, we'll take Archeops here, I guess. Might as well evolve it now. Why not? And then we'll Recon Directive again. For that, it's pretty good. They have Neo Upper. I'm probably going to use it. They could Iono me. I'll put that there just in case. Knock them out with Evolution Jammer. Why not? They can't get out their Noctowl. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they didn't just go in with Tropicos last turn. But maybe they didn't want to give me Fez. I don't know if that matters at this point. Let's see what our prizes are. Iono Luminous. Nice. I probably should have Ultra Balled for Dragapult, actually. Because they can't... I don't know. We'll see. I might get punted. I should have Ultra Ball for Dragapult. I mean, worst comes to worst, we could just go Bronzong again for another turn, and then just sit behind Drakloak. I probably should have Ultra Ball for Pult, but I don't want to put the Pult in play just yet. I guess it doesn't... No, they could actually theoretically have knocked me out. Yeah, it was safe not to put Pult down. And they could just go... No, they can't go Flareon, though. Okay, I should have put Pult... I should have just Ultra Ball for Pult. They can't put Flareon or Sylveon into play. And they can't go Clefairy knockout because they can't Crispin Boss. They could Crispin Counter Catcher, though. Yeah, it is probably a little safe to keep Dragapult away. It's fine. If worst comes to worst, they just go knock out Tropicos. I'll just go Bronzong, hit for 30, sit behind my guys for a turn, and then that should find us something. We'll be okay. It's actually kind of decent. I wonder if actually it's just better to Bronzong then in this situation. I don't know. Let's promote this for turn. We'll figure it out. So I have two options. I could hit this for 30 with Bronzong, sack the Bronzong, and then we can start... Because then this thing would have 30 on it. It makes it easier to Phantom Dive. And then I also can knock it out with the Archeops if I have to. I don't hate that, actually. Maybe we do just Bronzong again. I don't hate it. Okay, let's start with Drakloak. Grab that. I do want to get rid of the Stadium, actually. Let me check my deck one more time. Bear. We can probably attack, right? Because then we can just bear for game. So maybe we just go in with Phantom Dive here. Yeah, it's probably safe just Phantom Dive, to be honest at this rate. Maybe just Phantom Dive. They could knock the Pult out, though. If I get... Okay, maybe we do just go Bronzong again. Dragapult is basically safe. Let's say they can't... Oh, they could Counter Catcher. Do I Iono here? We have Night Stretcher Neo Upper. Probably not. Yeah, we'll just Bronzong again. We'll go Bronzong. And then the next turn we can go Dragapult, Phantom Dive, and then we can Iono and chill. And then we have Bear. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just Bronzong the Tropicos for 30, because then we can Phantom Dive it. We can even knock it out with Archeops. Honestly, maybe just knock it out with Archeops here. Probably not, though, because I probably at least want to Phantom Dive to put damage on the board so Bear can clean up the game. Yeah, Bronzong's fine because they can't put it. They can't put Noctowl down. They can't evolve Eevee. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe even next turn we just go counter catch. Oh, we can't counter catch her. Counter catch not being live is kind of cringe. Because I actually wouldn't mind just killing the Eevee with Phantom Dive right now. Okay, they have an Iono. That's fine. We're going to get access to Fez anyways. Let's see what this Iono even gives me. A bunch of candies I don't need. Just research this way, I guess. Yeah, we can just prize race my opponent. I think that's just basically how it goes. Yeah, seems pretty good. I definitely wouldn't mind killing the Eevee, though, if I get the chance. I don't think I can, though. Let's see if they attack. They have to, right? There's no way you don't kill the Bronzong here, right? You always kill the Bronzong. No, they found Counter Catcher. They're going to bring in the Pult. They can't knock it out, though, right? Unless they literally... No, they can't. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're chilling. Nice. This is like the same difference, right? We can just Fam Die for the knockout. I could retreat back into Bronzong. That doesn't make a difference. Let me see. Recon. Let's do this. Grab Bear. Maybe wait to get Bear. Let's grab this. Let's research the hand away. Hold on. I'll shuffle. It's fine. What do we have? Yeah, boss is prized. Okay. Research. Got Neo Upper. If we... Ironically, if we get boss off the prizes, we can go boss, knock out Fez with Archeops. So if they go Evolution, we put 3 here. We have 2 left over. Put that there, sure. Okay, that works. If we find boss, we can boss Fez for game with Archeops. It's kind of cool. What do we got off the prizes? No boss. Dude, that'd be a cool way to win. Unfortunately, we didn't use Archeops this game at all. But it's like, this is a matchup where you don't really use it. Bronzong put in the most amount of work. All right. Let's see what they got. Ironically enough, if we had a tool... if we had a tool Scrapper, we could have went Scrapper, Iono, the Eevee, and then Evolution Jammer and de-evolve whatever they evolved into, and then hope that they don't draw into literally the light energy to attack with the Eevee. And then we could sit there and Bronzong them again. That'd be pretty funny, but we can't do that, unfortunately, with our current setup. I probably should have just honestly Ultra Ball for Bloodmoon Ursaluna and just benched it. That's probably just the better play. I wanted to hold the Neo Upper, though, because I might need it for a second Dragapult or something, but it might have been better to do that. They could set up Briar. Honestly, not having boss is, like, kind of bad. But no, we could just win, right? We can go... Actually, this might work out. If my opponent gets Eevee here, whatever evolution they grab, we can go Dragapult, Neo Upper. We just have game in hand, right? Because we can de-evolve the evolution and just knock out the Eevee EX for the Phantom Dive. That works too, I guess. We have a lot of options, I guess. But it might have been okay to get Bear there, but I didn't want to put Neo Upper on it. If I drew a basic energy, I would have got Bear and then benched it. Crispin Briar, that's fine. Let's see what they end up doing here. We have game. We can Arven for a game if my opponent doesn't like Sylveon, the Dragapult, Drakloak back into the deck. But even if they do that, I can just Bronzong or something. I don't know. We'll see. Well, they can't. Well, they could. No. Are they getting Leafeon? Okay. Might be getting Leafeon. Crispin, but we'll see. What could bro be cooking? That boss being prize is pretty bad. Because, yeah, being able to boss would have been good. But they are potentially going Leafeon. What are they going to grab? Sylveon or Leafeon? I'm curious. I think they're going with Leafeon. Maybe? Does healing matter? Probably, right? They got Mew powered up. They could Phantom Dive me now. They could Phantom Dive, but the Phantom Dive doesn't take it. And then I just win with Dragapult. I think it's cooler to go Archeops, de-evolve, and then knock out the 200 HP Eevee with Phantom Dive. That's a cooler way to win the game. They're not going to evolve into an Eevee. Evolution. Oh, okay. Well, that's just GG's then. So we can just do this. Arven. Night Stretcher. I'm surprised they didn't evolve into an Evolution. They had, I mean, I'm sure they would have been able to. But that's fine. We'll grab Dragapult. Evolve it. Attach. Retreat. I guess, were they trying to set up like a Briar play or something with Sylveon maybe? I don't know. That was weird. They could have, if they went, well, I wanted to go for the one with Archeops because we could have de-evolved. If they went into an evolution, we could have de-evolved it with Archeops and then killed the Eevee. I wanted to do that for the content, but they just attacked with the Eevee for some reason. All right, we hit another Terra deck. Lots of Terra decks, apparently. Our turn one is not bad. Let's see. Drakloak, Dragapult's in there. One Bronzong. Okay. Plume Fossil and Neo Upper. Okay. Could be worse. I should just retreat. We could get Saw blocked just in case, I guess. We'll see if my opponent's playing. If it's Terra Box, we probably have to just play like a Dragapult deck. The one benefit of Bronzong, though, once again, is shutting off their Noctiles, which is pretty cool. But let's see what this is. Fan Rotom. They could Fan Rotom me turn one, but I think it was always correct to retreat GP in case they did Saw block me. I guess I could have evolved into Drakloak and then retreated, but it's like, I don't know. It's probably better safe than sorry. All right, let's see if they Fan Rotom 4. We're going to find out what this is. They're grabbing Eevee. We know it's Eevee box. What are they getting with the Fan Rotom? Let's see. It could be Raging Bolt, I guess, too. Which is fine. No, it's Eevee box. Is this the same person we just played against? I don't think so. They had sleeves, I'm pretty sure. All right, we hit it. Yeah, it's a different person. We've hit 2 Eevee boxes in a row on the ladder. Yo, broken deck. All right, let's see what they got. Can they knock me out Fan Rotom? No, attached to Eevee. That's fine. Nice. Just a pass. Now, if I whip Bronzong, it's a little annoying. Now, I could go Iono. But I actually think it's better to just research. Because, like, I'd rather them just have all those useless evolutions in their hand that they can't play. And there's Bronzong. Broken deck. He has no reason to Iono. We'll let him keep all those dead cards in their hand. Nice. Recon into Recon. Into another Recon. Oh, my God. So broken. Drakloak again. Take another Arven, sure. I'll just jam. I maybe could have Ultra Ball for 3rd Drakloak. I don't want to get rid of anything in the hand, though. There's a lot of good cards. We'll just hit the Hoot Hoot for 30. I do want to get Monkey down if it's in the deck. I think it is. I think I saw it. I probably want my bench to be... Well, I guess I can't put Archeops down. I don't have to put Archeops down right now anyways. Now, can my opponent attack is the question. They could triple stab, but then I'll just... I think Monkey's in there. I'm pretty sure it was not prized. Hopefully not. But yeah, they can't evolve. They can't do anything. They could have a Terra Pokemon in their hand, obviously. Because I'm assuming if they they want to set up a Terra to do the Noctiles, like I don't think they would have done all that without getting like a Terra at least, like having it out to a Terra. They could bench a Wellspring here, or they could have had an Evolution in their hand, but they can't play it down. Just gonna boss Dreepy, sure. And just pass. All right, let's see what we get off our top deck. Pretty good. Low-key, though, I was going to manually retreat anyways. Yeah, I'll probably just get another Bronzor. Monkey is in there, yeah. We can wait to Archeops. We don't really need it right now anyways. It's better to keep it for later. Switch. Yeah, I'm down to just manually retreat. It's fine. Save the Air Balloon. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Jammer. I'm going to keep every card in my hand. I didn't want to play the Switch, because if they do use Sob against me, we actually do need to make sure we keep our Switches, so we can't get Sob blocked out of the game. We are going to kill the Hoot Hoot next turn, which does give them access to Fez, which could get them something, but I don't really care. And they can't do anything with this guy. I think I'm fine to kill this. I could boss to, like, reset and then, like, leave that thing alone. I think it's fine, though. Let's just keep building up our hand here. Jammer. Keep the Luminous for Monkey, just in case they do try to attack. Because they could hit me with Fan Rotom. They could have Fez here. We'll see. Prize number 3 is always good. What did I tell you? A zinger is hit. All right, let's see what they got. If they get Fez, it's a little... Not really concerning. I don't really care if they get Fez. They can't evolve, bro. What do they got, though? 6 cards in hand. They have Counter Catcher. That's fine. we got Bear ways to move out of the active spot to Charguchi. I guess we're going to balloon that, whatever. I was trying to conserve my balloons, but whatever, we'll put it on. And they do have Fez, look at that. They still can't really do much. They could knock out my Dreepy here with Fan Rotom, which I'd be fine with, because then I can bench Monkey plus Archen. Archeops, whatever you call it. So, like, fine. Another Hoot Hoot, sure. Well, they just... Now they're bench locked from being able to put a Terra Pokemon down. Man, they just can't do anything. Do they have an energy to Assault Landing? And a Stadium? No. Well, I guess they couldn't. They had Crispin, though. It's, like, kind of annoying. I guess we're ballooning my boy. Now we just have triple Drakloak in play. This is just ridiculous. This deck is kind of stupid when you play against an evolution deck like this. We still have work to do, though. We still have to deal with this Rotom. So I'm going to keep the option open for Munkidori. Speak of the devil. I'll wait to bench it. Or should I bench it now and put the Luminous on it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, we could get Iono, right? Yeah, I should probably put that down. Just be like, you can't attack me because I got Munkidori. They could knock out my Bronzor, but if they knock out Bronzor, I'll just bench the Plume Fossil. I don't really care. I don't really need another Bronzong right now. I guess I might. But, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to bench, like, Clefairy or, whatchamacallit. They're going to bench Clefairy. They're going to bench Tropios at some point. And there's the Iono. Yeah, good call. All right, let's see if they can hit the Stadium Fan Rotom combo here. Let's see it. There's a good chance they do. They play, what, 3 Stadiums probably? It's a pretty high chance they find it. I mean, ideally they don't, obviously. That's, like, optimal, but... Nope, nice. Free real estate, fam. Just keep up the recons, I guess. Keep the hand. I'll take Iono. It's probably the best card grab. They're probably going to get a Terra. Like, eventually, we're going to have to probably attack with Pull, right? Take that just to have it. I don't even know if I'm ever going to play Iono. I'll just Luminous U and then Jammer again for 30. If my opponent tries to Assault Landing, we'll knock him out with Monkey. Damage. Then they have to Promote Sling, and then we get free damage on the board for Phantom Dive. Ooh, pretty good. They're just passing. I was like, are they going to do anything? They're just going to pass, because they can't really do anything. All right, well, once again, spam the old Recon Directive. I guess I could Arven to shuffle the deck again, because a lot of good cards went to the bottom. We'll save Arven, though. Probably just going to use it for Plume Fossil at some point. Like, we're just chilling, bro. I don't really see a reason to shuffle. We'll just do this. Jam? I was debating putting the energy on the board somewhere, maybe attached to Bronzor. You could get Bronzong number 2 off the prizes. It's possible. Yeah, what'd I tell you? Alright. This is a really stupid game, but my opponent does have access to Fez. Ideally, what they probably want to do here is get a Terra Pokemon down, get an Area 0, get a Latias, Crispin, Tropios, Clefairy, something knock me out. But then they do that, we can play aggressive with Dragapult. We've taken 2 prizes already, so, like, all we have to do is just Phantom Dive and Bear for a game, probably. We have a lot of plays we can make here, because they have this guy on board. We can even knock out Eevee with Phantom Dive. Like, it's just diabolical, bro. This Bronzong evolution deck is just so stupid. This Bronzong is kind of silly. I wish we could use Archeops more. We just haven't really used it at all in this video. This card just isn't, like, it's just kind of hard to use, right? Maybe when Devo rotates, Archeops will be a lot better. It's just hard to get value with Archeops right now, in this format specifically. I don't know. Let's see if they set up here. They have the Nest Ball, which can get a Terra. There is Tropios, but they need to move Hoot Hoot and attack. They can Crystal Retreat, or they can go Area 0 Latias or something like that. Let's see. Remember, though, they can't use Fez, though. They're going to Iono me? Sure. There goes my hand. That should be their last Iono. Eevee box tends to play 2, so... We have triple Drakloak. And they can't knock me out, right? No, they could still draw Area 0 Latias, Crystal. Nope, just a pass. Getting 30 on Hoot Hoot's pretty good for Phantom Dive damage. Can't shuffle the deck, which I would probably do now if I had the opportunity to. There's the shuffle card. So let's do Recon Directive a couple times. Grab that. I'm going to play the Arven. We shouldn't get Iono'd anymore. Take Switch. Probably the best card to grab there. No Recon Directive again. Boss is good. Let's poke for 30. Yes, this is fine. If my opponent... Okay, we're not guaranteed. We can draw a lot of cards, though. We can maybe go Fez, triple Drakloak. If we can find Dragapult energy, we can just go boss, Phantom Dive, kill both Hoot Hoots, and then they're just, like, kind of screwed. Or I can kill the Eevee with the grass energy on it, too. We'll see. They're finally killing Bronzong. Honestly, if they knock me out, I might just go Jammer again. I don't know. We'll see. Because then I can just knock out the Trobagos and take more off the board. We have so many options. They have Dark Energy, which means they're playing Umbreon, I guess. Or they have their own Munkidori. It was probably Umbreon. I don't know. This deck is just so cheesy, bro. This deck is so cheesy. Drago, you fell off my ETB stack. What are you doing? Hasn't done that in a while, actually. Yeah, they've exhausted a lot of their energies. That's 6 used up already. They have, what, 2 left? We have a lot of plays. We can wipe out both their Eevees. We can take out both Hoot Hoots. So many options potentially next turn. It's looking pretty good. Because, yeah, all I really got to do here is just take 2 prizes and then just bear for game or something. It's, like, pretty straightforward. I think the best play would probably be to go Phantom Dive and then, like, put 1 on Fez or something. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to use Archeops here. Let's see what our draw is going to be then. Plume Fossil. Yeah, we're looking for an energy to go with this Pulse. So this Ultra Ball. Grab the Pult. Just find 1 out to an energy. Easy peasy, right? Grab that, I guess. Nothing there. Might have bench Fez. Okay, there we go. Let's go attach, evolve, play the Plume, retreat. Just take out the Eevees, I think. I can go KO Hoot Hoot Eevee. What's better? I think I'd definitely take 2 prizes here. It's just, what do I kill? Probably the Eevees. I just don't want them to get an evolution out. Yeah, I'll just take out these Eevees. Seems pretty good to me, Chief. We can do this. Knock this guy out. We can put 1 on the... 1 on the Fez, yeah. And we can always kill Fez later on with Phantom Dive, or even Archeops can knock it out, right? It's pretty good. It'd be a lot weirder if we used Archeops more as an attacker than an actual, like, Pokemon with an ability, but it is what it is. Yeah, taking out the Eevee seems correct. My opponent could theoretically kill me with Clefairy here. They do that. I'm not... Maybe I should have benched Fez. Maybe... Okay, maybe I shouldn't put the Bloom Fossil down. I'm just trying to... I'm trying to do something with Archeops. I don't want Archeops to just not be used at all. But... I mean, we just haven't found a way to use it yet. Probably was correct to put Fez into play, though. Because then I can set up a play where I go, like... Alright, it's easier to find Neo Upper if they do kill me here with Clefairy. They should be able to kill me with Clefairy this turn. They could do anything they want. If they go Clefairy knockout, we could just, like, Bronzong them again and buy a turn. I don't even know if they have the energy, too. Well, I mean, they have Super Rod, I guess. We'll see if they end up doing this turn. I mean, they go Clefairy. We're just going to win with Phantom Dive. Like, they're kind of just cooked here. Like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Being able to just Bronzong stall and then sweep with Dragapult is just too good, man. It's too good. We should probably play a heavier line of Dragapult. We honestly could just play a Bronzong Dragapult deck at that point, but, like... I don't know. I guess it's just better than playing Archeops. But I want to use this Archeops, man. I'm trying to do something with Archeops. Because I tried it with Frostlass and just wasn't very good. Alright. I'm assuming we're going to get Clefairy here, right? Surely they're going Clefairy this turn. Let's see. There's a Noctowl coming down. Yeah, I probably should have just benched the Fez. We can just leave our board all 1-prizers, though. I mean, we'll eventually just win with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, I'm pretty sure. Like, they can't use Crown Opal. It doesn't work against Bloodmoon. So, like, yeah. We'll probably just win Bloodmoon. It's, like, fine. We could just Evolution Jammer them again next turn. So I'm probably going to do that. They'll probably go Knockout Clefairy, and I'll just Evolution Jammer them if I can. And then I'll just try to set up Bear for game. It's, like, pretty easy. Jammer seems correct. Then they can't play any more Noctowls. They can't put any Eevees in play. There's no, like, weird shenanigans they can do. It's, like, pretty good. So I like the idea of that. That seems pretty good. Yeah, we might just go Jammer next turn. Or we could win with Dragapult. We're either going to try to win the game with Dragapult or Jammer. But I need to find Night Stretcher plus Neo Upper combo. Do they even have... I mean, they should be able to go Rod, right? Let's see. There's the Area 0. This is also pretty good, the League Headquarters. I don't want to play that down. I might not even play it, because I don't really care anymore at this point. Because I don't want to stop my Bear from attacking. So I'm probably not going to play the League Headquarters. It's just not worth it. There's Crispin. They should have the energy, right? Because they're not playing Super Rod here, so got to assume they have the energy in the deck. They did not. Oof. Okay, that's just the end of the game then. Yep, there's the scoop. I was like, they're going to scoop. Yep, there it is. I mean, yeah, we just sat there, bronze on them for 90 turns. I feel like if you take the first 2 prizes with Bronzong against evolution decks, it's pretty hard for them to, like, come back at that point. It's pretty crazy. We didn't get to use Archeops this game. It's kind of funny. They have 2 Pokemon in the deck, both which were always going to be in play that I can hit for weakness. But, I don't know, Archeops just doesn't do much. But it's a lot better into, like, Charizard and stuff. We just didn't hit Charizard. And there you go. That is the Bronzong deck in action. The Bronzong is just a really diabolical card. There's so many evolution decks right now. Like, the only matchup you're not going to really use this in is obviously, like, against big basic decks like Joltik and Raging Bolt. But other than that, it's pretty good. Or even against Raging Bolt, it's not terrible. Because you can stop them from Noctowl and then maybe deny them access to Bellowing Thunder. But yeah, the Archeops is cool. We didn't really get to use it as much as I wanted to. I wish we got a little bit better action with this. This card is just kind of clunky right now in the meta. Like, it's literally just a worse TM Devo. I think it'll be good eventually, and we'll eventually try to make a build of Archeops. I just didn't want to play, like, an Archeops Dragapult deck. I mean, it is still a Dragapult deck. We actually use Dragapult in this video, like, every game. But the Bronzong aspect is really strong, and being able to just sit there and Evolution Jam your opponent, take some prizes, and then set up Dragapult is just too diabolical. I mean, if you really want to, you can cut the Archeops out. I just want to try to get something done with Archeops. I wanted to get a video out on this card, just didn't really use it as much as I wanted to. But it's cool. It is a fighting type. Though keep in mind, with Neo Upper and the Luminous combo, you could attack with this thing in specific matchups. Like, if your opponent is playing like a fighting weak deck like Iron Hands, it actually isn't a bad attacker. So maybe you could play like a Defiance Band in here in all honesty, so that you can use Archeops to like one-shot Iron Hands. That doesn't seem bad in all honesty. Like, I kind of like the idea of that. Just to have a better time into like the big basic, because mostly the big basic deck right now you want to watch out for, other than Bolt, is Joltik box, right? So maybe there is room to try to squeeze in a Brave Bangle or a Defiance Band in here. Brave Bangle could be good because you could do more damage with Bronzong, which isn't bad either. So maybe it's worth playing a Brave Bangle in here, to be honest with you. It's a cool concept, though, and I like the idea of Bronzong, and the Dragapult definitely combos really well with Bronzong in general. This deck definitely destroys evolutions. But hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 82/90,000 subs. Big milestones coming up on the channel. You want to help me reach those goals, subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Check out the second channel for even more content from me, too. Check out my sponsors. Use code LDF. Link in the description. I'll catch you on the video. Bye-bye.